Hi, I'm Kim Matson, the Executive Officer for the Board of Behavioral Sciences. In this video, you will learn about the upcoming exam restructure for Registered Associate Clinical Social Workers, Marriage and Family Therapist interns, and Professional Clinical Counselor interns. If you are not a registrant, please watch the video for non-registrants instead. The new exam requirements will become effective January 1st, 2016, and will be phased in to give registrants time to meet the new requirements. There are several major changes to the exam program that all registrants need to know about. We'll give you a quick overview and then go over the changes in detail later.
How's it going? Pretty good.
First, all registrants will be required to take a California Law and Ethics exam while you're a registrant. It's a new exam that replaces the current standard written exam. The next big change is that registrants must take the exam at least once a year before an intern or associate registration can be renewed. If you don't take the exam at least once a year, your registration cannot be renewed. The next major change will require any registrant who needs a subsequent registration number to pass the Law and Ethics exam before the second or third registration number can be issued. The last major change requires licensed clinical social worker and marriage and family therapist applicants to pass two new exams that replace the current exams. The licensed professional clinical counselor exams will not be changing. Now that you have an overview, let's move on to the specifics, starting with the new exams. Both LCSW exams will be replaced on January 1st, 2016 with a California Law and Ethics exam and the National Association of Social Work Boards, or ASWB, clinical level exam. LMFT applicants will take the California Law and Ethics exam and a new California clinical exam starting January 1st, 2016. If you hold an intern or associate registration, you will need to meet certain requirements regardless of where you are in the licensing process. Currently, applicants take both exams after completing all other requirements for licensure. Under the new examination sequence, interns and associates must take the Law and Ethics exam while a registrant. The clinical exam will be taken after completing all other licensure requirements. Here's how it will work. All registrants will be required to take the Law and Ethics exam in order to renew their registration. Notice that we said take the exam, not pass the exam. This new requirement will be phased in starting January 1st, 2016. There will be a grace period, but only for registrations that expire on June 30th, 2016 or earlier. To qualify for the grace period, you will have to meet two requirements. First, your registration must have an expiration date of June 30th, 2016 or earlier. And second, your renewal application must be postmarked or renewed online before July 1st, 2016. If you meet both of these requirements, your renewal will be processed even if you haven't yet taken the Law and Ethics exam. If you aren't able to meet the requirements of the grace period, you must take the Law and Ethics exam in order to renew, regardless of your registration's expiration date.
Planning ahead is critical. Allow yourself enough time to schedule a test date that is well before your registration expires.
If you fail the exam, you can take it again after a 90-day waiting period. However, you only need to attempt the exam once during a renewal cycle in order to renew your registration. And if you aren't able to pass the exam by the end of your renewal cycle, then you will be required to take a 12-hour course on California Law and Ethics. This course must be completed before you will be allowed to retake the exam. You do not need to complete the class in order to renew. The 12-hour course on California Law and Ethics may be taken from a continuing education provider, a government agency, or a college.
The time now is 12:10.
Remember to verify that the continuing education provider is accepted by the board. If you do not take the course, you will not be allowed to retake the exam. And if you do not retake the exam, you will not be allowed to renew during your next renewal cycle. Once you pass the Law and Ethics exam, no further testing is required until after you have met all requirements for licensure. At that point, you will take the clinical exam.
Thank you for watching. For more information about the exam restructure, including frequently asked questions, please visit the board's website at www.bbs.ca.gov.